Hello everyone, welcome to video 26 of my Claude series. Today we are going to discuss about how we can use Claude to work on a legacy code base. So let's think that we have a legacy Java code base, and when a new hire joins, our old Java code bases takes about 2 weeks before they stop breaking rules nobody ever wrote down. So Claude used to make the same kind of mistake because it also has no idea about what is there in the code base. After that, what I did is I wrote a Claude.md file where I have written here's how we do things in this code base. So it took 10 minutes extra for me, but it has solved many things. Now when I ask anything, Claude doesn't do any mess. So this video shows you exactly how I do it, how I handle really messy code base, and you guys will also be able to learn from it. So without wasting any time, let's get started. We will try to understand what is the problem in the legacy code base with Claude. So first problem is the context problem. What happens here is things everyone on the team knows but never written down. These are the historical context issues. So Claude doesn't know unless you tell it explicitly. Another problem we have is custom abstractions. So internal framework base classes that don't appear in Claude's actual training data. We must show some examples. Then also the historical decisions, why something was built in a certain way, constraint that no longer exist in the current scenario but already exist in the code bases. So without context, this kind of things Claude will not know, and it will try to fix based on its training data, and which will make problem for your code. Now we will be seeing some techniques by which we will be able to solve the context problem. So technique 1 is build a context file upfront. So before asking Claude to work on legacy code, we invest 10 minutes building a context file, then paste it at the start of any future session working in that code base. So I will show you one example. So step 1 is ask Claude to ask you. Basically this is interviewing you, that I am going to work with you on a legacy Java code base. Before we start, I want to give you context. Ask me questions until you have enough to work effectively. Start with the most important questions. Then Claude asks some questions like what's the main domain, primary business entity, what's the tech stack Java version, are there any custom base classes or internal frameworks, what patterns must be followed, these all stuff. Then we answer each. After that, in step 2, we generate a reusable context based on the answers. So based on what I have told you, write a Claude.md context section I can reuse in future session on this code base. And Claude outputs a ready to paste context document covering all the key information you shared. So this we can store in our Claude.md file for that particular project. So here one important thing is 10 minutes once at the starting of the work saves you 2-3 minutes of re-explaining in every session. So for a legacy code base you touch weekly, it pays back in the first month. We will also show some other techniques. So technique 2 is show examples. So what we do in this technique is we will tell here is how we implement a new service in this code base, this is the pattern to follow, don't deviate from it, and then give the example, paste an existing service example in the example service. Then we tell that now we implement a shipping service following exactly the same pattern, and it does implement correctly depending on the service pattern which we have given here. And the technique 3 is incremental exploration. So here what we do is we tell that I need to add validation to the checkout flow, start by mapping the relevant classes, you don't change anything yet, and find the entry point, main flow, data access layer, external calls, and draw me a text diagram. So it does that. After that we get the text diagram and we tell based on this map where is the best place to add the new validation step, show me the specific method and explain why, and Claude actually does it correctly. So here the thing is explore, verify and change. So this method we follow in these two techniques, which prevents Claude from modifying code it doesn't fully understand. The text diagram step we might think that it is a waste time, but it is a risk reduction. So, we can follow this example 1, 2 and 3 as I have shown, and then we can solve the context problem for the legacy large code base.